Morning, YouTubers. I wanted to show you how I made my heavy-duty chair mat. It covers some carpet that has a pretty good pad underneath it, so it's got quite a bit of give to it. And I bought one of these plastic things that you see all the time, and eventually in the center they'll crack, and this one hasn't started yet, but because of the heavy padding it started to raise around the edges, which became kind of a hazard for walking around it or near it. So I decided to build something a little better and a little more permanent, and something that wasn't going to flex. And cost-wise, about $55, and I'll go through the cost with you as well. And it should be easy for most anybody with any woodworking skills to build. The ones that I saw on YouTube, most of them were made with 1/4-inch material. And I was concerned about 1/4 inch not being enough, that eventually it would start to raise up like this one did because of the padding, I'm assuming. So I wanted mine a little quicker, or a little thicker. So it was $10 at Home Depot. I bought a 4x8 sheet of underlayment, which goes under typical flooring, and I think is a little bit stronger. And on a 4x8 sheet of plywood or just about anything, the grain runs from one end to the other, and that's where your strength comes from. So I had them rip that 4x8 sheet in half, so I had two 4x4 pieces. They'll cut it for free, and then I crisscrossed them. So one piece is going that way, and the other piece is going that way. So I've got strength front to back and strength side to side. I then covered it like most people are on YouTube. You don't have to, but I covered it with these adhesive tiles. But most of them are in 1 foot by 1 foot squares. I chose ones that are 12-inch by 24-inch. So that way I end up with only one seam in the middle rather than 3 seams if I were to use 1 by 1 tiles. And that sheet was about $10, and then the tiles were $30, so I got $40 there. And then I bought a tube of construction adhesive. You'll need a caulking gun to put that down, or you can buy it in squeezable tubes, and put that between the two pieces and put it together. Probably didn't need to, but I had some 3/8-inch staples for my staple gun. So after I glued it and before I put the tiles down, I put staples all around it that went through the first sheet and into the second sheet, and just for a little bit of extra adhesion. So got $30, $40, $45 in it there. Then I decided to do one other thing because it's a little bit thicker. I bought some just 1/2-inch by 1/2-inch 90-degree trim at Home Depot. Was 72 cents a foot, so not even $16. And you could probably glue that down. I chose to take my finishing nailer, I took it to my air compressor, and put brads in it to kind of hold it in place. But the finished product turned out real nice, and it ended up being 4 foot by 4 foot, as I said, so it gives me a little bit more room to roll around. This other one was about 3 foot by 4 foot, so sometimes I would end up rolling off of it. But it turned out real nice. Picked out tile that kind of matches the carpet and the decor, and putting that edging around it, I did that about a week later. That just makes it look a whole lot nicer. So this one is, I call it heavy duty because it's a 1/2-inch thick rather than 1/4-inch like most of them on YouTube. And I've been using it for a week and a half now and get no flexing with it at all as I roll around on it, as I was getting with this thing. So it should last me for years and years to come. If I do happen to tear a tile up, I had to buy 15 of them, so I can always peel one of those up and replace it. But since I put the edging on it, I don't think I'm going to catch it with my foot or anything, and tearing of them up. Also, it does stick up a 1/2 inch, but this area of the house I never come into at night with the lights off with no shoes on. So stubbing my toe on it isn't going to be an issue. Wanted to share. Thank you.